What's up? It's your girl T back with another video, another episode of Millennial Chronicles. Today we're gonna touch on a topic that I don't think people really like digging into, and that is pain and discomfort. I think people like to avoid it because they don't really, it's a bad thing. And you don't really want to dig or touch on things like bad, you stay away. However, I think that it is something that is worth exploring. As I progress in age, I know that it's a phrase that I tend to use a lot, but it's just my experience. My relationship with pain has changed quite a bit. And a lot of it was pushed into being because I went through a very taxing time during my life. I had somewhat a point to where the facade or the mask that I was putting on, it got to a point to where my body just shut down. The means of sedation that I was using in order to be productive in life, continue to move on and grow, just stop working. Like, that's something about mental health. That's the one thing about mental health, is that once your body is done, your mind is done with whatever it is that you're trying to keep up and maintain. If you don't make a conscious choice to stop it, your body or your mind is going to do it for you. It's going to force you to shut down and address what's going on, whether you want to or not, which is a good thing. I mean, it'll be better if you don't get to that point, you actively intervene in whatever it is you may be dealing with. But I think that when you get to that point, it's a good thing if you listen. You need to listen to your body. You need to listen to your mind, because you need that time in order to regroup and address whatever it is that's going on. So with me getting to that point and being forced to no longer partake in the means of sedation that I was trying to use, it really pushed me into the spotlight of dealing with pain, dealing with discomfort, and analyzing, why am I running from this? Why am I not wanting to deal with this? And I would say my first dealings with pain, of course, it goes back to childhood and my teenage age. And when society says certain things are not right, or certain things shouldn't be enjoyed, you tend to try to hide those things. You tend to try to push those things away. However, if you continue to do that for a long time, like I said before, it's going to have to come to the light eventually. It's going to come there one way or another. And hopefully when it does, you still have a chance at life, a chance at living. So I've lately really been digging into what I truly feel and what I truly think about pain and the thoughts that come along with that topic. And I'm realizing that it's not a bad thing. Pain and discomfort isn't a bad thing. That it's something that can actually be enjoyable, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally. I believe that if you decide to take it on head on, it can be an enjoyable thing. Of course, now I'm not talking about, pushing it to the point of where it has life-ending consequences, but more of, you can have fun with that shit. I ain't gonna even lie about it. Like, when you begin to enjoy your pain and discomfort, you really enjoy and just start to live into it and take it as it is, you eventually begin to start enjoying and taking on everyone else's pain. Well, I'm not gonna say take on everybody else's pain, but I enjoy my shit and I enjoy your shit too. And I think when you get to that point, you evolve as a human being. I think you turn into something more. Not saying that people who haven't gotten to that point yet are inadequate, but it's like you're adding on another layer of who you can be as a human, who you have the possibility to be. And I think at that point, the limitations become a bit more boundless. And I also think that life becomes a bit easier when you do face and address that pain. Like, you use it as a motivating factor. You use it as something that can propel you into the next realm that you're trying to get to, the next realm that you're trying to meet. And I know it isn't easy. I know that dealing with pain and discomfort isn't easy. I know that it takes a lot, and if that is an avenue that you are going to partake in, I do encourage you to do it with somebody that you really trust, or with a professional credentialed mental health specialist. If you're going to go in there and just really unpack all of those things and dig into whatever it is that may be causing you pain and discomfort, if you don't have the courage in order to explore it alone. So I just think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's something that's good. I think it's something that everybody should really start looking into, especially with everything that's going on around us. Like, nonstop everything, nonstop life. Life is constantly going to continue to beat on you. Life is going to continue to throw whatever it is at you. And so rather than bend over or be ran over by whatever is going to be thrown at you, I think that you should learn how to enjoy it. I think that you should learn how to love it. I think you should look forward to it. I mean, get off on it. I think that those are things that you should look into. I think you become you become more of a person, more of an entity. It's almost like this unstoppable creature, this unstoppable thing that you eventually become. And it'll be nice to have superpowers. It's nice. I think that's something that I've always really wanted, was to have some kind of superpower, some kind of way of just living in another realm, being out of this world. And yeah, of course, you got limitations to where the limiting human factor that will take you out if you overdo it too much. But I think that it could be an enjoyable experience within limitations. And so that's something that is just been just out there, that I've just been really just exploring and getting to know a bit better. So I was hesitant about talking about it because, people like the kink shame and all that different things. But I'm curious as to what you guys think about this topic. Is this an avenue that you guys explore on your own means? And if you're not afraid to put it out there and just share it, I'm interested in whatever it is that you think about this topic. But as always, I appreciate you guys listening. Please don't forget to comment, and subscribe. Appreciate your time. And this is Peachy. Peachy out.